After last time, I thought it was all over. I thought everything I worked for, everything we worked for, was coming together perfectly even. And yet, things changed. I never expected this. What is it? You are to me, and I am to you. You're my partner in crime. The only one I want to spend these weary days with. Because you deserve it. You deserve my time. And I deserve yours. Don't I? Why didn't you blame me? You have to tell me, or I'll never be able to face myself. I lived in a world filled with bleak, with death, with sadness. Why is it you can face such pain, such agony, and come out that much bigger? That much more of a smile on your face, proudly standing. I've put you through hell and back, yet you turn around and accept me? How am I supposed to function around someone like you? The only thing I could really think of, the only thing I could really face is myself. The one I was never brave enough to face. The one who I always wanted to. But every time I did, all I got was disappointment. Was being told I'm not good enough. So when I'm told I am, how am I supposed to react? What am I supposed to do? I look at you, and you're like the ultimate raid boss. The feelings, they just well up. They make me question everything. Because I can't view you as just another person. Not after how much of an exception you've been. And honestly, you're just too important to me. I'm human. I thought I was just a monster until you came into my life. And then I realized even monsters are made to feel. In the presence of someone true. In the presence of someone that breaks down those walls. Even ones that have been building for 20 years. You were right before. I am weak. I'm weak for you. You've made me realize everything I'm not. But also, you showed me what I could be. Through seeing you, I see myself. Someone that I so desperately want to understand me, to be around me, to share the burdens of life. Pardon me. Give me a moment. There's so many things, okay? I bottled up all of my life and put it aside for games, fake altruism, and a belief that I'm changing something. And yet I never believed in it. I never believed I could face it. Until I saw you that day. Until I saw everything. My whole life unfolding, and suddenly I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I just look in the mirror, and I don't know who I am. All of the things I thought were ingrained like steel, thicker than my bones. All I can see now are paper thin. A formless shape. A strange, unkempt feeling of wondering what changes next. So I thought, why hang on to things like that? I don't care what All For One thinks. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I've already been called weak 3 times today. And you know what? I'm starting to believe it. All because I've fallen. Fallen to the thing we know as love. The unscientific fact. The neurons in the brain, but more like the tensing of the heart. The choking on words and the feelings that just can't be explained without kissing you. And it's frustrating. Having my whole world collapse on top of me. And when I see you, that acceptance, it confuses me more. It gives me clarity, yes it does. But it also makes me feel like I'm broken. Am I really? Am I truly broken? Is this what I'm here for? Just to confuse myself. Just to make you wonder if I'm still sane. I don't know. I wish I could tell you, so you wouldn't have to worry. And yet I see it. You still shoulder even more pain than me. All because of my sick, twisted mind. Felt that was the only way you could understand. And now, for the first time in so long, I regret something. Truly. That I can't take it away from you yet. But I won't give up. I want you to retain that beautiful heart of yours and not lose it to the pain like I did. I've accidentally been the source of hurt, the source of pain, and I never wanted to be. I ended up being the monster that I used to fear, and I'm still trying to face it. The demons, the devils, and worse yet, the angel right in front of me. Perhaps it's cliched, but it's almost scarier to me. To be treated nicely. To be forgiven. For all the things I've done. How do you accept that? How can I just accept myself after so long of running? To stop and turn around. You make it look so easy. Even if you lost what made you hero. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't make you less of an amazing person. Someone that I struggle to even look at. Without feeling as though I'm doing something guilt-ridden. As though I feel as though I'm failing you. And so, I can only think I need to level up. Take today and treat you to something to partially make up for all this. That way you won't have to suffer. That way we can find a solution. Together, I can undo what I've done. And then we can be together in a real way. Not that we're not now, but something feels off when I look at you. But there's something still bothering you. I can't place it, but please, if you can find it in your heart, tell me. Tell me anything, and I'll make it. I'll make whatever I can to make it happier. I'll beat the last boss and the bonus boss all at once. Take all the challenge, get all the achievements, you name it. Oh, who am I kidding? I don't know if that would make you happy. I've never been so conscious of things like this since before that. You know, I remember a time, back way before when, I didn't get along. the best with my family. So I thought, what would happen if I... No, never mind. I never intended to disrupt things as I did. And by the end of it, I couldn't face myself anymore. Now to face myself in front of you, I feel like a child again, in the worst way. Looking at you with teary eyes and a feeling that I shouldn't be burdening you with. And yet, all I can find to console these feelings is just the fact that I need to make right what I've wronged. And I need to change the world that I made. Because it's not good enough as it is. I may have made a lot of changes. A lot of mistakes too. Under which I take responsibility. I don't care if I'm a hero or villain or whatever. I just care that my one chance at happiness, I don't mess it up. If you tell me to go do away with some hero, that's fine. I can get my hands dirty. But that was never the point of anything. I was always misunderstood that I wanted to make examples of everything. Sure, it was something that was asked of me, and I viewed it as an accomplishment to show my father. All for one wanted me to do these things, and I realized I just wanted to be accepted. Something I feel you've given me that I never could have before, and I don't know how to be thankful more than I am, or to push past what I keep thinking in my mind. You're right. There's no sense in reliving it. I have to take one step at a time, even if it's terrifying. And I'll do just that. So today, would you mind joining me? Putting aside these many feelings and joining me as I try and make today a bit special for you. I was thinking I could try and make you something. No, play something with you. Do you happen to like video games? If not, I can show you a few ones that are good for newbies. I'm sure you could find something. And I could make you into quite the gamer. Maybe someday you could even be as good as me. Though you might have to practice ungodly hours of time. But that's okay. As long as we got each other, then I'm sure it'll work out. Right? You don't look so certain. It might take that as... Well, I won't make assumptions. But I'm glad you're here with me. And I've never really felt this way. I want to show you so many places and things. All the things that I grew up with. Though many of them aren't so savory. Many things that the League of Villains does. It's not what you might approve of. But maybe you'll find something that you like. Like experimentation, or research, or playing games with me. I really hope for the last one, honestly. Otherwise, well, it would seem like we're worlds apart. I want to bridge that distance. I want to show you my world. As my personal guest. As my love. And as the one that I want this world to glisten for the most. My comrades. They deserve the world. But you deserve even more. You're more to me than anyone who's useful or not. You're irreplaceable in my heart. And I hate saying it as someone who formerly had no heart or thought I didn't. I felt as though it was empty. My heart just ending up like a vacant space. And yet I still seek more. More of you. More times to share. And to show more of myself. My vulnerabilities. Everything I, myself, still have to learn. I don't mind showing you my faults. So don't feel. Express yourself however it is you see fit. And if you ever need to punch me across the face, just make sure you warn me. I wouldn't want to accidentally grab you and feel the sorrow of the rest of my life. But enough about that. I'm an expert, actually top of the world. Well, one of them, at Mortal Wombat. Would you like to see me play a few games? Of course, it's all right. I'm also good at online games, not just fighters. You name it. We could play some games together. I could show you the ropes. Though you might be a bit of a celebrity by the time I'm done with you. So first things first, how much do you know about Mortal Wombat to begin with? Go ahead, lay it on me. You what? Seriously, I expected you to be a newbie, but not like this. Well, I guess it's fine. All's fine if I get to teach you something and spend some time. It'll all be fun in the end. Plus, maybe a blank slate is better. Some people learn these bad habits, and then I have to unlearn them for them. Did you know? People pay a pretty penny for them. They're quite expensive to get tutoring from one of the top 10 players in the world. Unfortunately, there's that one hero, Punk. Gives me a run for my money. Don't worry, I'll take him down someday. At least on the game. Doesn't have to be in real life. Things in real life get so convoluted sometimes. I just want an escape. Don't you understand? That's why Mortal Wombat is so good. Or then there's games like Final Fantasy 14. I've heard that you can get a new guitar if you sign up right now. I think it's pretty cool. Do you like music too? Am I asking too many questions? I'm probably like a hyper schoolboy who just discovered that they have a crush for the first time. And maybe that's not so inaccurate. Though I've never been to school, I had to teach myself everything. It was kind of strange, really. Surreal almost. But at the same time, I guess it's just distinctly me. And let's face it, if you didn't like me being me, you would have left when I gave you the chance. Of course, you still can if I piss you off enough. It's all in your court now. I would never stop you. I think I owe you a lot, actually. No matter what happens between us, I promise I'll never hate you. In fact, I don't really like hating people. Or anyone. I've been through that. And I know what it feels like. It's terrible. And I just don't have time for it. Not anymore. Not ever again. I won't return to my old life that goes into a dead end. I won't be a pawn for someone who claims... Never mind. I just need to tell you, there's better things in life than holding on to the hatred. Isn't that funny? a wanted supervillain, lecturing a hero on that. Though I didn't mean to lecture. It just came. All at once, the overwhelming feeling. I just don't know where to stop, and then I keep going and, well, I get carried away pretty easy. But you know me. I'm a softie when it comes to you. At least now I am. Realizing you're wrong about most things you do in your life has a way of hitting home. Some way that I can't explain to you other than a lot of different feelings. I hope you can forgive me. I never meant to cause the problems I did. But to be honest with you, I figured this would be, well, the only way. Never did I expect you to reciprocate, to forgive me. And now that you did, I just feel crummy about it. You should know more than anyone. I'm not just some kind of monster anymore. Maybe there's still a part of me. A part of me that has a lot to learn. But that doesn't mean I'm not in touch with who I really am. It takes time. It takes time to face the person looking back at you. Look at me, always getting caught in the moment. Though, well, we should play some more to Wombat. I wouldn't want to be a boring host now. That would be crummy. I dare say it would be like going to jail in Elder Scrolls. I'd lose all my progress. And I don't want to lose this route. You're like the super secret extra character. The one that everyone wants to get, but doesn't know how on their first playthrough. It might take them 10 playthroughs to get someone as cool as you. So the key is finesse. I can play any character, but only because I spent so much time on it. Time and practice is everything. Not just in games. In experimentation, too. You won't get a successful Nomu if you don't learn to be patient. You gotta trial and error that. There's no two ways about it. No cutting corners or anything. Now I'm not here to lecture you. Not even close, actually. I'm more like here to make sure you understand the basics. Now, this is how you punch. This is how you kick. And of course, the Wombat Special, it's a little more tricky. Get used to using the joystick. We might have use of that later. Oh, sorry, I was talking to myself. If you don't use the joystick, people that are masters of it will show you what's what. You see, you can try. Try as you might. Controllers are great. But I personally think joysticks are so much more versatile. You can do so much with them. Practically anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let me show you a few basic combos. Well, that's not really what's important. How about you pick a character, and I'll explain what they do. Oh, interesting. Guess you got an eye for the tricky ones. That's Mub Hero. He controls things that are liquid. It's kind of like ice, but not quite. He's extremely position reliant, considered to be one of the more difficult ones, based on how some of his moves are so pinpoint. But if you use the water right, you can set up puddles and do really cool combos, like this. Let me show you. That was just a warm-up. Obviously, I'm one of the best in the world. I don't make mistakes that often. But everyone does sometimes, so it's a lesson not to make yourself get you know, hard on yourself or whatever you want to call it. Now, where were we? Let's try that again. Well, that's odd. It should have hit. My button combo. I think something happened. Maybe I should show you a different combo, yeah. One that I made myself. I don't know if anyone else knows of it. Guess there's only one way to find out. We'll take this to online. What? Never seen a pro in action? Don't worry about it. I'll show you all my tricks. Why, look what we have here. It looks like a Kaden. I didn't expect to see him. He has a funny attack. Don't underestimate him. He can attack across the screen. But if you're fast enough, you can get him like this. He thought he could get us. Now, we're gonna punish him for his mistakes with a combo like this. He's getting owned, just like the heroes who tried to, just like the bad people who, hurt Nomus. Yeah, that makes more sense, I think. Anyways, look at that, round 1's done. On to round 2. Maybe he'll learn from his mistakes. No, not gonna happen. I'm afraid my mastery over the combo and my pinpoint accuracy is too much for him. Too bad. I thought he could do better than that. Oh well, looks like we perfect him in the second round. Good enough for me. What do you think, cadet? Do you think we should let him live, or should we execute him? Good answer. I like executing in games. It's a lot more interesting than real life. Let me tell you, turning people to dust, it gets old real quick. Plus, then you can't talk to them or they can't play games with you. And then it gets awfully lonely. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud? That was just me thinking about stuff. I try to stop myself from doing it too often. I've got far too many ideas and I don't need to think about that heavy stuff right now. I'll save it for later. Do you ever, think I'm hopeless? It's okay, you can be honest. Sometimes I think maybe I've gone too far. Other times, maybe not far enough. Sometimes I'm just caught up in the moment of wanting something, a singular goal, and I can't think of much else. Then I get concerned, and I don't know what to do, 'cause it all seems like it's so easy. Sometimes it's so complicated. It really depends on what you mean. I think when I look in the mirror, I see a lot of different things. I know I say a lot about the mirror, but it's because I feel anxious when I see myself. A lot of times I wonder, why? It's just me. But then I realize it's not just me. It's me and my past, my present, and my future. You probably think I've more or less lost my mind, but I haven't. Sometimes I do think that I did lose my mind. Or I think that if I did, it'd be a lot easier. Now, back to the games. I think it's your turn to try. It'd be a shame if it was just you watching me, unless you like that kind of thing. I mean, I don't mind. I'm always good at putting on a show, but I'd like to see what you're made of. The point is to enjoy games together. Maybe someday you can even give me a run for my money. That'd be kind of cool. Though, I don't know if you're dedicated enough. Are you? I guess we'll see firsthand. Let's see how you do. Go ahead and practice some combos. Interesting. I don't think you understand the moveset well enough yet. That's fine. Why don't we have a crash course? Set you up in an online match and we'll see from there. No, it's fine. If this game isn't for you, well, there's some nice online MMORPGs. I guess there's only one way to find out. Go ahead, you can play on my account. Now, see how you do on the online ladder and... Oh, not like that. Okay. Now, BBA. Come on, use those bumpers. You're doing okay, for a beginner. Now you just gotta survive and... Oh, you got comboed. Remember to not do that in the future so that I don't have to teach you the basics of the basics. Though it's pretty fun. I never thought it would be. Watching you fail is just like watching myself. Well, watching my replays. I can always find the faults in my own play, so it's much easier with someone who's a novice. Now, one loss is nothing to worry about. But are you enjoying yourself? That's what's important. Well then, it's as simple as we do something else. I don't mind. I'm sure we can think of something even more fun. The MMOs I play, they're very pretty. You can go across an entire world and farm up cool things, or go on raids, or do PvP. I like all kinds of things. Now come on, sit on my lap since I don't have another computer right now. Yeah, just like that. You see here, we'll create you a character. Something beautiful but cool, and on the same faction as me. Oh, you'll be famous all right, and don't move so much. You're making this a little bit tougher than normally character creation is. You're definitely excited, I can tell. Bouncing around like that. You're gonna make me... Well, I guess it's a little late now. Judging by your reaction, you can tell what happened, can't you? This is all your fault, you know. I could have had just as much fun teaching you games, but maybe this is the game of your choosing. Now, no need to be a sore loser. You're my winner, and I'll have to teach you how to please, and how to be the best player too of anyone. I know you were excited about character creation. No, it's okay. Go ahead and be giddy. I don't mind. I'll just help you. You see here, this race is quite interesting. They remind me of you. Energetic, somewhat sadistic, and nice, and sexy. Oh, sorry. Don't worry about that. You're bouncing up and down. It's made things all the more interesting. Why don't you focus on how you want your character to look? I'll be tending to things IRL. Of course, that's not the only thing. I'd be happy to offer you any help. Oh, sorry. Did I brush up against you there? I didn't mean to tickle you, and, well, I'm sure you won't be tickling for too much longer. What? Can you blame me? I'm not some kind of pervert, but you're just too damn cute. What do you expect me to do? Just pretend that you're not the most beautiful thing I've ever witnessed. Pretend that I'm not madly in love with you and want to follow you to the ends of the digital world and show you that we could build a guild atop the entirety of the world that no one could ever touch. What's the matter? You seem like you're blushing. I wonder, is that because you're trying to ignore me? Or because you can't ignore me? I think you can hear me just fine. And just in case you can't, I guess my hands might wander a bit. To right, down, critical hit. I'm sure you like that. Right through your clothes like that. Was I too rough with you? Well, they say, a pinch here, a squeeze there. It all helps to make everything nicer in the end. Okay, I just made it up. But can you blame me? I need any and all excuses. Otherwise, I might miss an opportunity to get a rare one like you. Addicted to me. No, you can bet I'll be your drug. Not anything less would do for the one that I adore. I gotta make you so addicted to me, you can't get enough. It's quite simple, really. Wouldn't you prefer it that way? Me infatuated with you, and you obviously quite the same by how you're reacting. Your body's certainly honest, isn't it? Just like mine. I like that. And for all the things you've taught me, I feel I only owe it to you to teach you a little something too. Why don't I show you? Show you what it means to be really alive. Put those infatuated feelings to the test, and let's live it up, shall we? I love you. At least I think it's love. I still don't understand the word properly, but I understand the feeling of you close to me and my heartbeat racing. And I understand that I want you to feel the same rush of it all. But by the looks of it, it's more than a wish. It seems it's a self-telling story. Self-fulfilling, if you will. Isn't that right? I can feel your heartbeat, you know, and I can whisper in your ear and listen to it being more and more disrupted. Is that what you want? Do you want a man? A man who used to be the brutest of them all, to give you a bit of that brutality? Well, I can only give you part of it. Because I could never treat you in a way that doesn't, well, condone my feelings. I'll always be honest with you. Bodily, physically, mentally, and emotionally. You can trust me. I'm simple that way. Just don't shake my hand on it. Or something a little bit forbidden might turn into something, well, a lot more dangerous. Now, why don't we create your character? I'd say your character would have the right size and shape, just like this. Here, we'll do it together. Why don't you put your hand on the mouse? Don't worry about where my hand is wandering. It's just doing what's necessary. What's necessary for both of us. Oh, your body is nice and supple, soft and alluring. Do you like the feeling of my hand exploring? Oh, sorry, I was getting distracted. We need to focus on your character. Nice supple skin. I think this race is perfect. The one I mentioned before. All right, you've made your choice. Now why don't we choose the details? Go ahead. I won't stop you. This part's for you to do and me to watch. Why are you breathing so heavy? Sure, my hand's down there. But that shouldn't distract someone like you. You're used to feelings of pain and pleasure. So when I pinch here and squeeze here, that shouldn't bother you, should it? No, you're far too advanced for that. Guess I better reach in and touch directly. Oh, yeah. Do you like that? Me whispering in your ear, nibbling on your neck and devouring you with my touch. People always rush to choose between lover and fighter. I like to think of myself as both, because love is war. War that everyone has to give their all, or else it's not good enough. Wouldn't you say? Look at you. You're practically leaking. Oh, sorry. That's sweat, you say. I wonder why it's only right here. Then, why don't you explain to me, nurse? What part of your physiology am I misunderstanding? Oh, yes. It's just like that. Absolutely. Of course. Just sweat. Rather sticky for sweat, isn't it? Well, if it's just sweat, then clearly I'm not getting to you. So I'll just have to take it up a notch and do something even more maddening. Like this. Now you're making lewd noises. What's the matter? We're just playing games. Can't respond? What a shame. I'll just have to make sure you can respond. Of course, in a way that I want you to. Cause and effect, action and reaction, level up and, oh, that one might not apply. We'll skill you up in your alluring stats. I think you've got lots of charisma, maybe lots of sensitivity too, judging by that look. Are you just gonna leave your mouth agape? Then don't mind if I do. Do you like it that much? My touch through your clothes. Then I'm glad. Amazing. Amazing. Aren't you just the naughtiest of nice? I can get used to spending quality time in character creation with you. Haven't you realized it yet? I don't know when to stop, so I'm not going to. But isn't that just the same? You don't mind, do you? After all, you're quite busy. Go ahead. Why don't you choose features? Maybe depending on how much I like it, I'll give you a reward. Or maybe I won't even let you finish. Can you see me? My excitement all over my body. All because of you. How does it feel? How does it feel having that much of an effect on me? Does it exhilarate you? Does it make you want more? Look at that. Sitting comfortably between your thighs. Do you see it? Peeking up. You won't see it in a moment. Once we begin, you'll be all mine, all over again. Why don't we unravel the mysteries of what's under those clothes? Do you like seeing me in the raw? All of me. I like seeing all of you, too. Can you feel that tension in your loins? A tension that's just, oh, so inviting. I can feel you. Your skin against mine. Your feelings welling up. The intensity of me taking off layer and layer of clothing. I could always disintegrate it if you weren't interested. Of course, I think it looks so good on you, it'd be a shame. So instead, I'll just remove it the old-fashioned way. Oh, would you look at that? So you do have some nice skin under there. Not that I haven't seen it already, but it still amazes me. Now, why waste time when we can do something so lovely? Nah. Up you go and down you go again. See, I told you it'd disappear. Don't neglect your character now. Do you like that? Me devouring you one tiny moment at a time. I'm the wolf, and And you're my sheep. So it's only befitting if I bite you a little. And of course, fill you up. Yeah, seems like you're getting into it. Is that some movement from you? I don't need to slam you down anymore. You'll do it on your own. Oh, I love seeing the desperation. The desire. Oh, yes. I can hardly contain my excitement. Don't forget about your character now. Oh, as if I'd let you finish. This is all your fault. There's been so much buildup. Yeah. You're contending. I guess you've got more fire in you than I took you for. Trying to beat me. We'll see how much you can talk when you're numb. Oh, you like that? I'm sure you do. Given your body language, even if you said no, I wouldn't believe you. Because you're like me. You're honest. You're true to yourself. And... guess I went too far. Now, want to finish creating your character? We didn't even get to the gameplay before we got distracted. Why don't we continue? Not the time for it. Then what time is it? I'm sure you had time to enjoy this, so why can't you enjoy that? Never mind, it's all right. I don't mind whatever we do. I'm game for anything. I want to do it all with you. You're my precious little heart. I could never rip you out, nor could I ever deal with feeling like I alienated you. I may talk the talk of the big strong villain, but deep down, I just don't want to bore you. You know, more than making you fear me or seeming like I'm something of too much of a villain or something, I worry about boring you, making you miserable now that you're here. I just want you to be happy. It may sound like a pipe dream, but I assure you it's true. I feel the strongest feelings in the world for you. And yet, I struggle with how to give them to you. How to tell you I love you so very much. Please, I'm begging you. No matter what happens, be honest with me. Now until forever. Don't give me what I want to hear. Don't give me bullshit. Give me what you feel. What's real. Fake things. Lies. I've had too many of them. I've been lied to for most of my life. Don't be one of them. Please. That's a request, not an order. I bet you're used to those. I hear in the Heroes Association, that's practically how everything is done. Orders, requests, everything demanding. Here you'll find people give because they want to. They do what they do because they want to stop it. They want to stop the monster of order. Stir up a little chaos. And not just to do so. At least not most of them. A lot of them have an ideal. Like that damn hero killer. I may have disagreements with him, but I saw, in retrospect, what he did right. And honestly, I've still got a lot to learn. I'm frankly overwhelmed with things. Day and night, so many things I have to keep track of. I never have time for myself unless it's with you. Then I can justify it. Then I can move past who I am and see you for you. I'm sorry for the wrongs I've done to you. But I'm not sorry for falling in love with you. And I never will be. I don't have the capacity to be someone like that. Is it sad to you? 'Cause I know it's a bit sad to me. How dependent I am on you. You changed my world and now I can't imagine it without you. It's just a whirl of maddening questions. But the things that I know, they're now set in stone. Good feelings, outweighing the bad. And now I feel like I can be a human being. Like I can be someone worth it. And for my part in all this, that I've played, causing the world to suffer, I realize I only did it lashing out. I only did it as action and reaction. My heart was never in it. For the first time in my life, I care about something that isn't video games or characters in anime. Now I care about you, and it terrifies me. I'm afraid. What if you stop caring about me? What if you leave me? What am I gonna do then? I've had nightmares about it, you know. It scares me. More than dying. More than knowing the truth about my past. More than anything, really. And I want to dispel it. One day at a time with you. So that we can become even closer. And show this world that you don't have to be a hero to everyone else. Just a hero to the ones who matter to you. I know I'm such an idealist. I can't escape it. Because as much as I try and be unfeeling or practical. I've never been that way. I've always strived to level up my understanding without really trying to be anything in particular. Apathy was my biggest adversary. Because I didn't see anything at the end of the tunnel. I didn't see a light. Until I met you. Until I saw you. And realized what a real hero is. You'll always be a hero in my heart. And I hope that I can be something in yours too.